If you're going to do a sticker, it's going to be different for each person, but the basic idea is this. I don't want you to just take the rectangle, paste it in there, and have that be your sticker. That's not what I'm looking for. I want you to be able to repurpose this in a different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this particular one, I'm going to ungroup it so that I can kind of pull it apart and see what my main pieces are. So I have this. All right, so I think I'm going to use just this portion. So if you choose to do the sticker, talk to me early on and I can give you some ideas on how to fix this. I'm just going to shrink this down. Then I'm going to highlight it. And over here on the align panel, I'm going to change, instead of align to selection, I'm going to do align to artboard. And I'm going to choose the horizontal alignment. So now it's perfectly centered in the artboard. And then I'm going to choose vertical alignment. And now it's perfectly centered there. Although I just realized I did not have this part grouped. So move that down. I moved this out of the way. So I'm going to play around with that. Basically, however you end up getting it to be set towards the middle is perfectly fine. I'm going to pull this back. There we go. And now we need to be able to create the cut line. Now the cut line, remember, is where the printer actually goes around and cuts this thing out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my Option key and I'm going to bring this over here. Now, since the text is on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and just delete the text out of here so that I don't have to convert them to outlines. Now I want to unite all of these. So I'm going to choose this piece right here on the Pathfinder, and that unites the entire thing. Well, it looks like there's something else that's there. Oh, yeah, there was a circle. Choose this. Remember, again, when we did the characters, there were certain things that were not uniform for everybody. So that's why this is going to be a little funky, but we can totally make this happen. All right, so I have this outline. Once I have this all connected as one individual path on the outside, I can do this offset path. What I want to do with this offset path is I want to do like maybe a 3-point, and I'm going to try round. That looks pretty good, and I'll do okay. And then that bigger one is the one that I want to use. So not this smaller one. I want to use this bigger one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my swatches, and I've added in that special cut swatch right here. But I want this to be a stroke. All right, now what I can do is I can bring this cut line over, use my arrow keys to nudge it around so that it's centered. There we go. And then I'm going to highlight both of them, and I'm going to resize it using the Shift key so that I can maximize the size in here. I just don't want it to touch all the way to the edge. So I'm just going to keep dragging until, there we go. It's looking pretty good. All right, we're almost done. Last step. We've got to shrink the stroke size of this slightly. So what I want to do is I want to come over here where the stroke is. I'm going to do 0.25. If you end up resizing this, watch what happens. When I go in and I look at the stroke again, it changed size. It's now 0.251. I don't want that. So the very last thing you want to check before you end up giving this to me is make sure that the outside pink cut line has that, has that specific swatch added to it. Not this pink, but that one with the white in the corner. And make sure that it's set to 0.25. If you have both of those things set, everything looks good. Go ahead and save it. And then go ahead and submit the Illustrator file. So that way, if there's something off, I can take a look at it and try to fix it for you before I print it. And that is what you'll do with your personal manifesto if you're choosing to do a sticker.